How's it feel to get back in that win column for consecutive weeks now?
Yeah, I think, where we are as a team and, the ability to stack 2 good weeks in a row, whether that's prep and, making the prep show up on the tape. I think, that's really what we were adamant about this week. Is being consistent 2 weeks in a row. KO even said it like the goal isn't to start fast. It's to continue the momentum that we built last week, and I think we did a great job doing that. Shout out to the offense, electric tonight. Be able to time of possession. I think they scored on 6 out of 7 drives. Giving us the ability to do what we do on defense and be able to apply pressure. And I think it was a great complimentary game. Our specialists have been all pro all season, so shout out to them for doing what they do too.
Did you guys happen to know you were eliminated from the playoffs before the game?
For sure we did.
Okay, what did that change anything,
No.
or what was the conversation like for you?
I think everybody in this room right now is very prideful, and when you got pride, when you let a guy next to you, you take every opportunity as just grateful and appreciative, to even be on this field to play this game. And, at the end of the day, if we took an L today, it would have hurt just like week 1, and we were still in it. So I think, the fact that we all love each other, we all banded together, it was more about showing that our process works rather than what the result's going to be at the end of the season. We wanted the result today, and that was a win. 2
games below 500, how important is it for you guys to string multiple wins together and try and finish the season with a winning record?
Yeah, I think, my history being on this team, having 2 winning record seasons back-to-back is something I don't think I've done since I've been here. So it'd be very nice, we can keep this momentum going and week after week continue to stack positive momentum and use that to our advantage. So, yeah, we're striving for it, but right now it's 1 week at a time.
Last question for you. How do you guys stack this momentum and keep it going to make sure you don't let your foot off the gas?
Yeah, first of all, ignoring the noise. People are going to say everything. Oh, you're out of it, draft picks, this, that. At the end of the day, everybody in this room understands that, we have a lot of pride and we got a lot of stuff to show. And, nobody said we can't mess with somebody else's season. So, hey, they can come join us too.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. For today's game, before you entered today, you guys had a chance to go to the playoffs, but shortly before kickoff, you guys found out you were eliminated. Did you guys have a conversation about going out there to play for something meaningful to end Dallas's chance at playoffs, or what was that like?
No, we didn't have any conversation. I didn't know we got eliminated, but it was, even if you are eliminated, what do you stand for as a man? You just gonna let somebody beat you? No, I'm a competitor and I want to win every chance I get, and if that means playing playoff spoiler for some teams, that's what we're going to do.
What type of statement do you think you guys made tonight with the way that you played offensively?
We're getting it figured out, and we have all the weapons here, like I've been saying, and we can play with anybody, really. This is what I truly feel. It just took us a little while to get it going, but we got it going now.
Is there a sense of frustration that it took you guys this long to finally piece it together?
No frustration. It's football. So different pieces, different moving parts, injuries, different things like that. So from me to the O-line to different skill positions. So that part was tough, but I feel like once we got everybody back and we were smooth. But so that's the tough part, but not necessarily frustration.
How good does it feel to have back-to-back wins for the first time this season?
It feels great. We've been talking about stacking it all year, and this is the first time that we've done it. I said last week I felt like that was a big one to kind of get that confidence and get the momentum rolling, and I think it carried over to this week, and now I think it's shown, hey, we can stack it, and everybody sees that in this locker room, and just going to continue to put in that work when we get back home, and hone in on the details and continue to get better.
Aaron, on some of those, it was a number of different throws, some of them to you, but in terms of JJ putting a little more touch on the ball, it seemed like some of the swing passes to you that was showing up a little more. How have you seen him kind of add that to his game the last few weeks?
Definitely, he's taking what the defense gives him. If they want to, the corner wants to build back in a cover 3, 10 yards, he's going to dump it to me for 5 and get another 5 on the ground after that. It is just being efficient, moving the ball, and he's just playing smart ball right now. He's not trying to do too much or do too little. He's playing some good ball and making good reads, and I'm happy for him.
Does that take a while for a young quarterback to learn that taking what you get, just saying, kind of like KO talks about, power of completions?
I think it is, especially like when you see defenses come out on certain things and you feel like you can make a play, but that's where it's like, even as a backup play may be designed one way, and you see something, you're like, do I go this way? But you got to trust the play. You got to trust your coaching and all of that instead of on your own, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Trying to go for the jackpot.
Defensively, how good does it feel to be able to limit a high-powered offense like that and shut them out? Well, not shut them out, but shut them down and get the win.
It feels good. Going to the game, Coach Flores said, we revel in the opportunity to go against such high-powered offenses. So it really tests what we're made of, and I think we went out there and obviously wish we could have a couple plays back, but all in all, I think we were really happy with how we played today.
With the way that you guys have been playing the last couple of weeks defensively, what does this tell you about the makeup of this team as you guys head down the final stretch?
I think the makeup of the team has the ability to win. I think, like most things in the NFL, it comes out of consistency. The difference between the best teams and the average teams is just consistency. A couple plays here and there on a consistent basis. So I think as we're growing, I think you're starting to see us make those plays that we need to win the game more consistently.
You were a part of some tough teams in Washington, but finally got it together last season. What can some end-of-season wins like this do for you guys heading into the offseason?
I think we have end-of-the-season wins like this. I really think it just changes the trajectory of the offseason. If you lose out the rest of your games, I think you go into it negatively, think about the changes we need to make as opposed to if we continue on this path, which I think we will, and, we're going to work towards. I think you go into it with a lot of hope and, go into it thinking that we have a lot of pieces that we need to be successful in this league and, a couple changes here and there, and we can do it.
2 games below 500 right now with 3 games remaining. Is the focus to finish the season above 500, or is it just taking 1 week at a time?
I mean, obviously we would love to finish above 500, but for us, we just got to take it week by week. You can't pull the cart before the horse. So we're just focusing on what we got to do to get better from this game and move on to New York.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it.
For the most part, you guys held 2 of the top receivers in the league in check for a majority of the game. What does that say about the secondary and about this defensive unit?
Obviously going into the game, you got to know who their guys are. And obviously they had CD and 3 out on the outside, so we knew we had to take them out of the game. Obviously there was a number 1 offense for explosive plays, so we know we had to take that off the board. And obviously we love that matchup. We want to go out there and guard the best, so we knew today we couldn't give up no deep shots, and that's what we did.
How good does it finally feel to piece all this together and go out there and play the way you guys are capable of?
It definitely feels good. It just shows you what this team really is, you feel me? So I just feel like we got to keep going, obviously keep stacking off this. Offense, special team, defense did an all-around good game today, so we just got to keep it going and keep showing everybody what we're about.
What have you seen from number 9 and what he's been able to do the last couple of weeks for you guys?
Straight dog. I'll say that. Straight dog. You can see it in his face when he's coming out there. But no, I just feel like obviously he's just picking things up probably, going through his keys and all that. Obviously getting the ball to his guys and just making plays out there. So on the defense side, we love it. Obviously, yeah, we love that.
You guys have made it look easy the last couple of weeks, but I know winning in the NFL is not easy at all. What do you compliment that towards? Is it the way you guys are building up during the week, focusing on extra film? What is the key to success right now for you guys?
I would say obviously the way the season's going, I feel like everybody's just locking in more. Obviously, we know how many games we got left. We know the situation, but I just feel like it's extra now. We're just doing the extra. Obviously, we got to go out there and show everybody what we could do. Obviously, like I said, but I think we're just doing the little small stuff, like the little details we've been talking about, and going out there and showing it.
You guys have been eliminated from the playoffs, but how much does it drive you to go out there and end other people's seasons, and their ability to go to the playoffs?
Oh, definitely. Obviously, knowing that now, we got to go in everybody's season, whoever it is, whoever plays us. But no, yeah, definitely, like I said, just go finish the season strong and just keep doing what we're doing.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How good does it feel to finally piece things together back-to-back weeks and go, get 2 wins, much-needed wins for you guys?
Yeah, it's a blast. We've just been stacking weeks, stacking practices throughout the entire season, and then, obviously, just not wavering from who we are and what we are as a culture. So we've been in the building, we've been doing everything that we can to move this forward, and it's showing up on Sundays the last couple of weeks, and that's what we're going to continue to try to do throughout our guaranteed opportunities going forward.
How important are the final 3 weeks of this season for you guys to build some confidence and some momentum heading into the offseason?
I mean, super important. Every single game that you get a dress in an NFL uniform, and for this organization in purple, is special, and you can't take any opportunity for granted. So we have three left, and nobody in here is gonna take those for granted, and you're gonna get everything we have on Sundays.
What's been the biggest difference you've seen from J.J. McCarthy recently and what he's been able to do the last couple of weeks?
I mean, he's stayed poised every single day, every single week. Whether it's there's so many highs and lows in an NFL season. You lose the the world's on fire, you win, and everything's good. So, just to see his poise and how he's handled every single week as the same person is special from a young guy. And, he's got a C on his chest for a reason. He's a leader of this team. And, every single person in here looks up to him and to what he's doing, even as a young player and who he is.
Appreciate you, TJ. Yes, he got a little heated because I was a little aggressive.
So, and then I'll just talk about, too, just the growth point that you've seen from your quarterback. When do you feel like it kind of clicked for him? Because I saw him after the game. He was kind of like, juice, feeling like, winning in Dallas has done something to infuse his confidence. But when do you feel like things kind of changed for him, when it clicked for him as far as where you guys are now?
Yeah, I would say just coming off of last week's game, a 31-0 victory, that's something to have confidence off of and something to really, feed off of. So just coming into this week, of course, having similar game plan as we had last week, keeping everything pretty much simple and letting him just go out there and just play freely. And then it just comes down to us executing the plays. I feel like all 11 guys just went out there and had it on their mind to, win this game and do whatever we need to do to score points and to be up when that clock hit 0. So I'm just proud of him, leading this team, leading this offense. But of course, we got to still go to work, still, have improvements, and still got a game next week. So definitely looking forward to it.
Justin, you've talked a lot about confidence with him. How much does getting a couple wins in a row just kind of help that happen naturally?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to win in this league. It's very hard to win, especially to be a valuable role as a quarterback. So having that young mindset and, having a young quarterback, him just going out there with that confidence, with that focus, and just leading us to where we would like to go. And that's kind of something that we've been waiting for this whole entire season. So I'm just glad that it's starting to click, and the consistency is what really matters.
And lastly, how do you just feel about your performance just so far this season off of the contract extension that you have? You look at wide receivers around the league, A.J. Brown, wanting to, still win, but also think about personal legacy and things like that. So how do you feel about where you are relative to after getting paid?
Yeah, I'm in a good spot. Of course, this is a difficult year just with the circumstances, having new quarterback, new guys to the team, trying to figure stuff out. So it's just one of those difficult years to really, think back on and to really reflect after the season. But I'm proud of myself into not showing the frustration, not really showing my emotions out there on the field, and just really being the leader that I am, being the captain that I am, because I know so many people are looking at me and really waiting for my reaction and waiting for me to show my emotions. So I'm proud of myself to being patient, sticking with the game plan, sticking with the guys that we have on this team, and just being myself.
Jets, what are your thoughts on Jalen Nailor? Obviously, you draw a lot of attention, a lot of double teams. It frees up a lot of your other guys. When you see Jalen having the game he had today, what goes through your head?
I love it. I love to see him bloom and to perform the way we all knew he can perform. I mean, he's been getting open all season. He's been, winning those one-on-one matchups. And then when the ball comes to him, he knows how to make the most of them. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud to see, one of my guys in the group go off, and it definitely was one of his time coming.
Been smiling a lot during this locker room availability for everybody. How meaningful are these last 2 games that you guys had and the rest of this season as you go towards the offseason?
Yeah, it's very meaningful. I mean, at the end of the day, of course, the record doesn't really show the amount of love that we have for each other, the amount of work that we've been putting in this whole entire season. It's one of those seasons, the adversity, difficult things going on, some stuff not really falling our way. But for this group to, still stick with each other, to still go out there and still fight, it goes to show you this group is very, very special.
Today, how does it feel to come out on the biggest stage, primetime football, and have the performance you had?
Just a blessing, man. Just the hard work that I put in, staying locked in without how the season's going, just focusing on the ball when it comes my way and just trying to make a play whenever I can, and today was one of those days.
It seems like the offense is playing with a lot of bounce these last couple of weeks. What can you guys credit that to?
Just the execution, man. Practice every day, we're executing at a high level, and we taking that into the games, and we're good complementary football with the defense, and just helping them out a little bit. That it's just a whole boost for the whole team. Just be able to move the ball down the field, convert on third down, and just make plays when it's required.
I know you guys don't pay attention to social media a lot, but there was a lot said about your quarterback. What have you seen from him in growth-wise, just from behind closed doors?
I mean, the growth has been incredible. All the hardship and all the stuff that he was getting at the beginning of the season, battling the injury, the interceptions, the turnovers, things like that. He stayed focused on what he can do. And just leading this offense and just making the right reads and just playing one play at a time.
You went through some injuries early on in your career. Mentally, how tough do you think that process was on McCarthy, and what were you guys saying to help keep him uplifted throughout that?
I mean, it's a tough process. Anytime you get injured, anytime you're not out there on the field with your teammates, it's a terrible feeling. But we just try to keep his confidence up, no matter what it is, and just give him that boost of confidence on the field, off the field. Just trying to help him improve.
It seems like Justin Jefferson is not getting a lot of targets because of the coverage he's getting, but yet you guys consistently make plays in the wide receiver room. Do you feel like there's no drop-off, like when it comes to the talent-wise, compared to other wide receiver rooms in the league?
I definitely don't think there's a drop-off. That's our motto. It's next man up, and just make the play when it comes our way. And we're taking full advantage of that this year in our room, and you guys seen a little bit of it today and throughout the season.
Appreciate you, Jay.